What's up, y'all? Welcome to Villanova Radio. We're gonna slash it down. Part of Foul Leader Sports, but we're gonna make this Villanova Radio. Welcome to your host with the most. So have a toast, Leader Johnson, man. It's crazy. Crazy how Villanova's doing now. Everybody wanna know what's next. We had Kwame Evans. That was a close one. It was all going on the horn. I'm letting y'all know, listen, it's looking good. And so far I've been precise. It's been pretty precise. I'm making my check marks. Jevin Royal was always strong, and then I make the extra call before I make like Devin Royal. Looks like Devin wants to go. Devin loves the coach. Devin loves the coaching staff. Loves the way they play. Loves how hard they play. Maximize their players. Devin ended up committing. So we got him and we got Kwame Evans Jr. Now, to let y'all know who's the new guy. The new guy. Jake Fiegen, Cornell transfer, averaged 17 a game, shooting 41% from the three-point line. We get another sharpshooter, a guy out there who's not going to play 6'4", can play in between the 3 to 4. You get another shooter now. Now you get somebody at that guard. You get to him and Perkins. Both is going to be nice. Nice for you, Villanova. Nice. Going to be nice. Villanova, just be happy you got him and Perkins. It's going to be a lot of bombs over Baghdad, trays all day. It's going to be exciting to see. And a guy that has also experience, so that's big. Also looking at Kwame Evans Jr., and I keep on telling people, Kwame Evans Jr. would be a guy that will be the power forward to me. I don't even think he'll be the center position. That's not going to be him at 6'10". He's slim. But he'll get some times to play that, defend that. He definitely could play and defend that, but that's not going to be his main position. Matthew Hyde, 6'8", could pass the ball, could shoot, rebound, out of Jersey. Showed a lot last year. It'd be great to have him and Kwame Evans Jr. in the front court, playing together, banging, being two guys that will make their front court better. Evans is also going to improve the rebound. They're still looking for front court options. It's going on. Next Villanova Radio, we'll talk about that. There's a lot of things I haven't clarified, so I'm not saying yet. A lot of coaches I'm talking to, I always talk to coaches, AAU directors, I talk to guys every day. It's crazy. This is big right now for these three commits for Villanova: Kwame Evans Jr., Devin Royal, and Cornell, Jake Fiegen. And one thing is, they played in Oregon and Ohio State Big Ten competition, Pac-10. They played in big competition, so they come over to the Big East where big competition is, and they're used to doing that. Also, Kwame Evans Jr. was a big-time recruit coming out of high school. You're talking about you get a high-level talent that gets to maximize his potential with this team. Tyler Perkins. Like I said, you're talking about the guys that are here now. Malachi Palmer transferring. Christian Jeffrey transferring. And I keep telling people, DJ Wagner ended up, instead of going to George Mason, he went to Maryland. He was going between Villanova, George Mason, and Maryland. And Maryland got him. Another guy that committed, Cade Mingo, went to Baylor. I mean, that came all of a sudden, no doubt he was an option, but Baylor got him. Just what it is. Mo Salah, another guy that committed. I mean, these are guys that guys that are committing, guys that are on the favor of Villanova. We're going to talk about some guys that you need to know that Villanova's after. They're after them hard. They're going hard after them. Looking at one guy, Jalen Cox. Coming from Colgate, 17.9 a game, 5.2 rebounds, 5.3 assists. Can shoot the three. Shot the field goal position at a high level. 1.7 steals. Listen, this is a guy that can be a point guard and immediately impact, and they're trying to push for him. But a lot of people are after him. Kentucky, a lot of people are looking at this guy. So Villanova is trying hard to get this guy. It's a guy that's on their radar and seriously on their radar. You got guys that they're interested in it, but some guys are pushing the gas on, and Cox is one of them. Looking at Isaiah Elohim. Guy that received interest, and he's a guy that's still on the horn. He's a guy that was a target when Neptune was here. Ashley Howard was on that staff, so they know about him. 6'5", 215, started to hit his mark. It's sophomore, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 46% from the field. Still can hit that trade ball, almost 37%. That'll be a good guard, combo guard, guy that can handle the ball. You know, they got to give him more of that mark. He's a guy that can definitely go score, get those buckets. Be very interesting to see if he ends up committing to Villanova or how this recruiting turns up. Cameron Hunter. Let's talk about it. Now, this is the one you might coming from UCA, out of Bryant, Arkansas. I was raised in Arkansas. If y'all don't know, Little Rock, Arkansas. I know about the sports. Shout out to Kevin McPherson. Shout out to Richard Davenport. Bryant, Arkansas, small towns, guy there, but there's sports players out there, and he went there. UCA is where Scottie Pippen went to school at. Hall of Famer, played with Jordan. Scottie Pippen went to UCA, and Pippen's out of Hamburg, Arkansas. Cameron Hunter at 6'3", 205. He's not your regular guard, but he can handle the rock. 4.2 rebounds, 2.7 assists, 21 points, 50% from the field. Can shoot that three ball. Can shoot the free throw. You know, can play D. He's the type of guy that Villanova would really love to have. And if you're looking at that team, you're looking at Jake Fiegen. You look at Tiger Perkins and Jake Fiegen. What are they going to do? Is it Hyde's going to come off the bench? This is all my guess on Villanova. My guess on Villanova is this. Right now, we know Evans is going to start. That's not even a question. We don't know if Devin Royal going to start. You can't say that because he came in as a transfer, because Devin Askew did the same thing. And he's also an experienced transfer, Askew. So that don't mean he's going to come in here and start. They think it's going to be Royal and Evans, and then they're going to put Hodge. It could happen because Hodge has more time. But you're looking at time. Is Hodge going to be the type of guy because he comes off the bench and gets starter minutes, because Hodge is going to get starter minutes? Is he going to be the type of guy like, I want to transfer? We never know when these kids are going to transfer. That's one thing you got to put back. We never know when these kids are going to transfer. We just don't know. We don't know when these kids are going to transfer. That's always big. Always a big thing. When these kids are going to transfer, you never know. You never know what the bag look like. You never know what they're told. The NIL managers. It's a lot of different processes you got to go through before you really know if these kids are going to transfer. You got NIL money. You got NIL. You got agents. You got draft. You got guys, draft guys, talking to them, telling them where they could be picked, where they should go, where they should stay. It's a big thing. And Caden Lewis goes to Miami. And I had so many talks with different coaches and athletic directors, like, why would he leave? I mean, they gave him everything he wanted, $1.6 million. I mean, guys get bigger bags. I'm pretty sure he didn't go there and get a bag below 1.6. You know what I mean? Like I said, Miami is used to handing out them bags. Caden Mingo, where he going? We don't know where his brother going. It's another thing. Is his brother going to follow him to over there to Baylor? Like, we're going to see what happens. Baylor's another school that gets people, you know. So to come to really think about this and think about where Villanova is, let's go back to Fiegen. Fiegen goes with him and Perkins and Evans and Royal. They gives them ready players right now. This is what we got to be happy about. Gives them ready players. Ready players. Ready players that are ready to go in there and play. But they need more depth. They definitely need 2 point guards. Now it's really naked out there. Now it's no Jeffrey. We still got we can't forget about Adam Omidoc. Omidoc is a guy. Adam is gonna get time like it ain't nothing. Now where he's gonna go? Now that Palmer's gone, he's really gonna get time. Is Omidoc can go from he's 6'4", 6'5", so he can go from the 3 to the 1 to the 2. He can play anywhere. He doesn't bring the ball up. Now coaches can get creative with Omidoc. They can get creative. They can get creative now because there's a lot of things they can do with him. Then you got Fiegen, who can play 3 to 2 to 3 and can shoot the rock. So now you got a guy that can handle the rock and pass. They need another ball handler. They're desperately looking for that. If you get an Isaiah Elohim right now, say he commits. Who's gonna be the one thing about this generation, you don't need a true point guard. You just need a guy that can bring the ball up, make the right decision with the ball. You look at VJ Escombe, Tyrese Maxey can be a point guard, but he can bring the ball up and make sure people come to him, and he can give it off to people. Like, he's not a guy that has to make the clear-cut decision of how to play goals, which play to. He's not you don't have to be the quarterback when you're the point guard like that, not like you used to be. So you're talking about Elohim, and he comes in there and he plays. But if Elohim comes in, you got Omi Doc, you got a lot of two guards. Is Elohim gonna be the guy that plays the combo guard? I think that could happen. But Jalen Cox and Cameron Hunter is different. They can. It's no question. You put Jalen Cox or Cameron Hunter in there, you got a point guard, and Hunter is a go-getter. He's a scorer. He's going to score that rock. He scored 16 points a game before the year before last. So we're talking about Cameron Hunter, a guy that, listen, can shoot the rock. He's gotten better each year. Now he's at the best part of his game in college basketball. I mean, he was career high in everything. So he's a guy to watch out for Villanova. He's from a smaller school. Villanova's good at that, and he's coming to a coach that's going to exceed your potential and give you the most time. That is clear-cut known throughout the country. You go to Villanova, they're going to exceed your potential, and they're going to give you that time. They're going to give you that rock. Recruits know that. From last year, Willard has said, I'm going to give you time. If you earn it, you're going to get it. And if you haven't earned it all the way, we're going to give you time. We're going to give you some time so you can get your feet wet. Brandon Pierce, all these guys, anybody who was on their roster, if you wasn't on their roster, you was on their roster, you was getting time. Zion Stanford, Tafara Gapre, them guys got time. If you wasn't ready, you didn't get time. If you was on that roster, you got some time, at least, even if you wasn't ready. So, this is a coaching staff that develop you. So Cameron Hunter is a guy I'm looking at like, man, if you get with the 21 points a game, what they did with Bryce Lindsey, how they did at Caden Lewis, how they did Duke Brennan, you have to be excited about a guy like Cameron Hunter. Just watch out for him. Jalen Cox is a big one, because Jalen Cox is a big one for the simple fact, coming out of Colgate, another little school, once again, to develop him and put him in his senior year on a whole nother level at 6'3", coming from California, those great prospects, to get a guy like that to come to the East Coast and come to the Big East and be able to display his talent, that he is just not a guy that played at Colgate, just like Duke Brennan did with Grand Canyon, just like Bryce Lindsey did. I mean, listen, these guys are it's guys in the college basketball that are just waiting to put their talent to another level. And I think he's one of those guys. They get him and Hunter. I think that's the best one. Elohim, if you look at it, they already got Fiegen. They got Omi Doc. They're looking for a point guard. I think Hunter and Cox, from what I'm hearing, it just looks like they're going after them harder. Elohim is still there. They got interest in him. I mean, like I said, around the Neptune time, he was a big-time recruit, a big-time priority target for Villanova, but they never got Isaiah. So I'm pretty sure I haven't went all in. All I know is that they like him and they love him as a player, a guard that can create and can score, give you opportunities. But I don't know if that was Ashley Howard's idea or not, because Ashley Howard was with that staff with Neptune when they were recruiting him. But Elohim was a bad boy. There's no question about him. I remember talking to him as a guy that, go back to that. I remember talking to him as a guy that when the Nova was recruiting him, seeing him play, he's definitely a dog. Getting him at 6'5" would be big, and then he could play the 3 position. I mean, if you look at that 3 position now, Devin Royal, I think, is going to get 4 time, man. They need that in the back of Kwame Evans. We need size. So you look at Matthew Hodge playing the 3. Let's go to the 3. Or he could play the backup 3. And Devin Royal plays there. And then who plays the backup 4? So we're looking at a lot of things to see who they're getting. Right now, it just looks like it's Hodge and Evans. And looks like Royal's going to be the backup 4. And if you look at it, Fiegen would be backing up the 3, or he would be the backup shooting guard. Because if you look at Omi Doc, he's the backup shooting guard next to Perkins. So we're looking at who's the center and who's the point guard. There are guys they are definitely looking at. Let me get on my homework more. But if we're talking about who's going to commit next, I think it's a point guard. Not saying that another guy couldn't slide real quick in front of that, because there are other guys out there that Villanova is definitely looking at. And I'm going to do my homework more on that before I just say a name. But this is interesting, real interesting. Caden Mingo, they were going after Caden Mingo, and it just didn't work out. Same thing with Wagner. They were going after both of them hard, and it just didn't work out. Just like I said about Fiegen. Remember I told y'all about Fiegen? I said it was one time I broadcast. I said it's 2 guys that are looking good. It was Fiegen, and it was Evans. But I also came and said before half, I said they're looking at other guys besides Fiegen, and if they can't get those guys, then Fiegen is the guy. Because Fiegen loves Villanova, he loves the coach, he loves all that. It was Wagner. Caden Mingo was out at the time. There was so many different players that was out. It's just a lot of other guys that were out. All these other guys, Cox, all these other guys, they were focused on more who they could get in for a visit, they can get more. Wagner came in for a visit, and Fiegen came in for a visit. So that's what happened. You looked at it. Wagner ended up committing somewhere else. Mingo ended up committing somewhere else. Fiegen, was time to get Fiegen, but don't waste no more time. I mean, you're looking at the list, how it goes. Don't waste no more time. Bow, here we go. So this is it, man. Listen, I just want to talk to y'all, get some things out to y'all, man. Villanova Radio, I just want to pop up. I didn't want to, leave y'all in the dark too long. I'm doing Villanova Radio, exclusive radio. That's how we doing it. Not just Follow the Leader Sports Boom Villanova Radio. Make sure y'all can find it on the Google, on the searches. This Villanova Radio is about to be just Villanova Radio. I'm gonna have a brand and everything. Right now, we still on Follow Leader, my other podcast. But listen, man, love you, Nova Nation. Stay clear. It's about to get good. Gonna be back in the tournament next year. You should be confident because of what he did with the guys, just like that, being able to just do the whole team over and go to the playoffs. We should know he can do it. He did it with Merlin. He did it with Villanova. All right. So we out of here, man. Thanks for tuning in. Out of here, Nova Nations. Stay locked in.